Okay, so mine was kind of similar to yours because I really just wanted to find more haiku content, and I wasn't sure where to start. Um, I started becoming, or I, not how do you say this? I came across one of those clips of Asuma Kosuke as Oikawa. Yeah. So like he was the reason why I was introduced to this. It's like, oh, okay, so there's this apparently. And I didn't know it was an actual like stage play. I thought it was just like a really good kind of cosplay. And so I looked him up and that's kind of how I started with this rabbit hole of me just researching about what Engeki Haikyuu is and all that. And yeah, that was like really late 2018. They were still doing the strongest team run. I wasn't that much of a fan yet. I was more of a casual fan. Like, oh, okay, they're doing this run at the moment. I still saw Ariken's Twitter when it was still out. um, what else? But yeah, that's kind of how I started. But I just became like an actual, or I really just followed them when Tokyo no Jin started. So I wasn't that much of a proper fan at the time. So just 2019 did I really start following them, following the actors too, actually checking who these people are. And yeah, that's it. I also just wanted to find more content and I came across this amazing, amazing stage play. Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, because I sorry. The reason I think why these stage plays really clicked onto people is because the nature of it as a sports anime, right, with even the anime itself, the anime adaptation has this really slow mo scenes, and I'm pretty sure if it's going to be adapted into an actual movie, it's gonna look cheesy. But with stage plays, it looks fine because you know, as what you've said, there's this suspension of belief. So the audience know that okay, they're doing this for dramatic effect. They're doing this slow mo for dramatic effect, and it really works as a stage play. And I don't think it would be as good as it would be if it's an actual movie. I guess it might look cheesy. I mean, we haven't seen it yet. I mean, we don't know if it's gonna happen. But for me, I think the stage plays really worked because of that, of what kind of anime or what kind of manga Haikyuu is. I would agree to that, but I guess you're really fortunate to have friends who also know the stage plays because I don't. Like I started with this like blindly, and I think the same feeling is. I mean, this is what the other fans do feel because I've I've read some fans tweets before that they don't know anyone in their real life and who actually likes Haisute, or none of their fans like Haisute, or they don't even know what really Haisute is, and so they're trying to look into Twitter and other social media to find out what this stage play is. Oh my God, what happened? we
Sabi ko
both
na,
we both got kicked out.
okay, okay.
Yeah, we really are ancient here. Yeah.
I apologize in advance. Yeah, my first impression was that I was very amazed by Sila Kenta because how can a person have that much energy and move around for 2.5 hours? And of course, Tatsunari's Kageyama Tobio. Tatsunari was the first generation Kageyama. He's really good at the minute expressions. Like you can see he's very awkward. You can see he's very angry. And it's so amazing. It blows my mind how I didn't really expect that I would find like 3D real people be able to portray Hinata and Kageyama. And of course, the music, of course, was Wadasan's. Wadasan's music was very, very, very amazing. How about you, that? What were your first impressions?
I would agree. Um, the of course the very first uh, person that I saw was Kosuke, so I think he had the biggest impression on me,
Mm-hmm.
left on me. But uh, I think the person that really stood out for me when I got to watch this stage plays was not gonna lie, Hiroki. I don't
Oh my
know.
god.
Yeah, like I
Okay, go.
when I saw the visuals at first, I didn't like the visuals at first. Like, why
Yeah,
why,
yeah.
why does he look weird? I'm so sorry, but yeah, that was like on my mind. Um, I first saw him in Kuzuno Honkai. It's a Scum's Wish
Yeah,
TV
yeah.
series.
Oh
Yeah,
my god, really?
and yeah, that was the first time.
Horrible first
Yeah,
impression.
that was like I have a horrible first impression of him. So it's like, oh my god, it's the creep from Kuzuno Honkai. Like, oh
Yeah.
no. But yeah, and then when I saw him as Suga, because Suga is one of my favorite characters too in Karasuno.
Hmm.
And so I was like, okay, you better be a good Suga because this is going to be hell. Okay, so yeah, I really like the. I think the first stage play I saw was the very first run, the
Yeah,
2015
yeah.
run. I saw that.
With Katie, right? With Keita.
Yes, with Keita.
Okay.
So that was the first time I saw him in action as Suga. And it's like, oh my god, he just blew my mind. He's amazing as Suga.
I know.
So that's aside from Kosuke, of course, because Kosuke is the first person that got me into Haisute. I would really say that
Yeah.
the one who got really biggest impression on me was Hiroki.
And coincidentally, this is Kosuke's 2000th day since his debut as Suikawa. So
Yes,
you let's read Kosuke. Congratulations! It's amazing. It's been 2000 days.
2000. Oh goodness.
And I've been reading my friend's tweet, and she was saying that Kosuke said in his Bigo live that that he's really sad about his final run not being live because the energy of a live stage is different. But of course, he understands. But yeah, so yeah, congratulations to Kosuke. That's an amazing achievement. Another thing that struck me so speechless about the stage play was the projections. I mean, I guess I should have expected it because it's called hyper projection in Geki Haikyuu, but it didn't. My imagination didn't reach that far. You know that I didn't expect that they would use that they could project rain ripples, that they could project a street, and they could just walk into that street without it being really there because it's just projected. So that was my first time. That was my first encounter with projections, with hyper projections, basically. And I think it was amazing, right, Daph?
Yes, I would agree. I wouldn't say Haisete was the first time I saw projections. I think the first time I
Yeah,
saw projections was Narusote. They
yeah.
used a lot of projections too. So I wasn't that amazed at first, but as as I continued watching the first stage play, I got really hooked at the way they use the lights, the way they use
Yeah.
the projections. It's just
Mm-hmm.
very different from how they do it in in Narusote.
Mm-hmm.
Naruto is the Naruto stage play, for those who don't know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's just very different. The way these two stage plays use their projections are very different. So I really find it interesting that Haisete has this kind of way of using their projections, and it's just really impressive for me too.
Yeah, yeah. So your first stage was not Haisada. Your first stage was Narisada, is it? Or like,
Yeah,
is there are other butai that you
yeah. The first
Narisada, right?
I actually yeah because I came across the entire Narusute on YouTube actually,
Okay.
and I didn't know it was
Mm-hmm.
an actual stage play. I thought it was just like some fans made it, and then I was reading through the comments like, oh, it's actually a stage play in Japan. Okay, so it was really impressive, and then I then saw clips of Bungo Sute where
Oh, nice. Okay.
I recognized Hashimoto Shohei from there.
Shohei.
Yeah,
Shohei. Yes.
because I it's so funny because the reason as to why I recognized him in Haisute was because of his nose. And like, oh, he looks so familiar. I wonder where I saw him first. And then like, oh, okay, he's in Bungo Sute, Bungo Stray Dogs.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, that's kind of crazy.
It's actually yeah, I understand it. I completely understand because my first adventure in the world of butai, my first adventure in the world of butai in 2.5D is actually Haisute. I didn't know it existed before. And because of Haisute, I started following the actors. Uh, before we really start, right, you get interested in the actors and you follow their other works. So because of my following Haisute, started also following Hirosuke, the stage play for the My Hero Academia,
Because of Ino
because Ino
Hiroki.
is there as Ida, and I also started following P5, Persona 5
Yeah.
stage, because again of Ino, and I guess that's how a lot. That's the truth for a lot of us, because the interest starts with an actor, and you just follow that actor in all their stages, and eventually just get to appreciate other stages as well, even without that actor. It's your way to be introduced into the world of 2.5D, and I think that's amazing, right?
Yeah, that's way too true. I actually just got into Aichu because of Kohatsu Allen, and that's I don't even play Aichu, or I haven't
Yeah,
even like
yeah.
came across it. I just found out about it because of Allen, and like, oh okay, this looks nice. And then apparently there's also an anime for Aichu.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, so you get to learn new things, you get to learn more actors and actresses from other stage plays, and it's really cool.
Let's go now to our favorite Haisute memories. So we've named three. We have to answer both on stage, backstage, and off stage. So I guess I'll start for my favorite on
Yes,
stage
please.
um Haisute memory. My favorite on stage. I guess my favorite are the rap battles between Tateko and Karasuno.
Oh my god, that's so cool. That's for
So
Karasuno Revival.
right,
Yeah.
so the LSS, if you guys aren't really familiar with LSS, called Last Song Syndrome, but when the Dateko, because we all know the cheer of Dateko in the manga, in the anime, right? So let's go Dateko. But then in the stage play, they changed it up. I was expecting they would use the same, but they changed it up. They were like, go Dateko, go
And then
for
the
the
rap
longest
of the
time,
whole rapping
and the
thing.
rap exactly, and they rap off that there was this bit where um, Kenta was just rapping his heart off in the middle of the stage. I was like, man, this is really cool. I mean, it's 100% very, very, very entertaining and very, very fun. So I think that's one of my favorite. I'm sure there are a lot, but that's one that really, stick with me. Go for it, Daft.
For on stage. Oh god,
Mm-hmm.
there's way too much. Okay, so I'm not going to say anything about Iwaizumi because I'm gonna skip that later. So I'm gonna go with Takato. Actually, everything about Takoto's work as Kenma is just really impressive to me. Just
Mm-hmm.
the way he's just so different off stage and on stage is just mind blowing for me. So
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite Takoto scene would be the one in Tokyo no Jin during
Oh,
the
oh.
Tsunage dance already.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
actually that entire dance sequence is my favorite. And it's crazy that it's
Yeah.
not in my favorite stage play run.
Really?
Yeah, because my favorite stage play run is actually Shosha to Haisha, winners and
Oh,
losers.
nice. Okay. Yes, yes.
But Tsunage just really hits different.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually very different also live, because I watched Tokyo no Jin live, and I cannot take my eyes off Takato. His command of the stage was really like Suga Kenta's. So they're on par with each other. But the energy is different, because Kenta is very restless, but Takato is just, just there, just mobile, but just you can still feel his presence. So for me, that's very, very amazing. So let's go down to the backstage. I'm not sure what did we mean by backstage, like the behind the scenes
Probably
with the
from the
gymnasts and stuff.
documentary. Yeah.
Okay,
Like
okay.
rehearsals probably. Yeah, I think that's part of
I
it.
have a favorite, but it's a very bittersweet favorite. So I said before that I started um subscribing to Engeki to Haisute during the Summer of Evolution, and I vowed, or I promised myself that for the next stage play, which was supposed to be, was after Summer of Evolution. My God,
Hajimari no
uh,
Kyojin.
Hajimari no Kyojin. Start of I said I'm gonna watch live, no matter what happens. I'm gonna watch live, and I was so excited to see Ino and Kenchan, Akasawa Kentaro, who was the second Daichi, second first generation Daichi, perform live. And then during the end of the Summer of Evolution, they announced that they're graduating. I was like, what is this? I just became a fan and you're already graduating, and
And
it
both of
was
your
so
favorites.
hard. I know, right? Both of them, not just one, but two. And I was like, what kind of bittersweet thing is this? And when I got my hands on the Blu-ray of the Summer of Evolution, and then there's this clip of their graduation. Oh my god! It's also it's both my favorite, and I cried so hard because that backstage was when we saw the very popular clip of Ino wearing the king crown, and they're just moving around backstage. It is also where people, the whole cast were giving them flowers, and they were all crying and they were hugging each other. And because they're graduating, they're not coming back, and this is the last time we would ever see them be as Suga and Raichi. So I guess that's my favorite behind the scenes.
It's sad and happy at the same time.
It's sad and happy at the same time. Yes, go for it,
um,
that.
so mine would be, this is so hard, but my favorite memory is the first time Kohatsu Allen said Iwaizumi's name wrongly,
Okay.
Iwaijime, and
Yeah.
I don't know, but it really struck a chord on me because I guess he was really nervous. It was his first time to be introduced to the cast, and that's just he messed it up. Everyone's just laughing at him, and he just looks so nervous, and like it just I don't know what's up with that moment. It just really struck a chord on me, and yeah, it just always makes me happy every time I think about it. Like, oh, okay, he also gets nervous apparently, even though he looks very intimidating.
You would think the with their straight with their very admirable stage presence, their professionalism, they don't get nervous, but I guess they do, right? Because it's not really something
Yeah,
you could easily shake off.
exactly. And the thing, he's not even debuting in Haisute. He already did other stage plays, and he still feels nervous. It's like, oh, okay, so everyone's just human apparently.
Imagine, I'm just okay. I remember that. So now for the favorite offstage memory. So I guess it is the shenanigans outside the roles, right? So my favorite offstage memory is again about the first generation great years because uh the first generation, the second, something, it's so difficult to categorize Kenchan because it's the second Daichi. He's also a first generation, but you get the point. The first generation third years, Kenchan, Ino, and Justin used to have daily third years videos, like every after rehearsals from 26. Well, I'm not sure if it's from 2016, but during that summer evolution and earlier than that, they upload daily videos of themselves pooping around. So there was this video where they were singing, and I wasn't aware that they were really good. They're all really good singers, especially Kenchan. And there's also this video where they were trying to introduce each other in English, and Ino was making Ino was admonishing them both because they keep messing up the grammar, and Ino knows English, although he's not as fluent now as compared to before. But yeah, I miss that. That's my favorite Haisute offstage memory, the daily third year first generation videos, Summer of Evolution earlier.
Oh, we just really do associate ourselves with our faves.
I know, right? Maybe we should answer later outside of the.
Yeah. Oh God, who offstage memory? This is crazy. I wouldn't really say that there's a specific event, but I just really admire Fukurodani as a whole. Like even
Yeah.
the first generation of Fukurodani and the current trio, it's just crazy.
Hmm.
I don't know. They have this different kind of vibe. Like every time I see photos of them, videos of them together, whatever it would it be with Koki or with Yukikose,
Yeah.
first Bokuto and Akashi, and of course our current Bokuto and Akashi, Raba and Shungo. It's just I don't
Hmm.
know. It's like they're very cohesive. I like their dynamic together. They're just all amazing, and I don't know. I really like their friendship. I guess, especially the trio right now, the
Yeah.
Owl trio. Yeah.
Speaking of, thank you for reminding me because that's also a good offstage memory. Because I remember when Haruto, Bokuto now, the current Bokuto, when we first got to meet him, the first time or the first few times that he posted is about he went to this owl cafe date with Shungo,
Oh yeah,
and
I
I remember,
remember that.
and it's like, what the heck? This is just perfect. I mean, it's amazing that they know their audience and they know that this is the best way to get introduced. So they really fed us,
especially Raba
by
because
just going to it.
he was new.
Yeah, yeah, it was new, right? So it's very very funny and very big as well. So let's answer it
Okay.
outside of our favorites. You first. On stage, favorite on stage memory
Oh
outside of
god,
our favorite.
outside of our favorites. Holy crap. Okay. I'm gonna say the whole dynamic of Sunday and Judai.
Okay.
Definitely. As
Okay.
Matsu
Okay.
as Matsukawa and Hanamaki, they're just amazing. They're funny. They flirt with one another and in a really good way. They're like super best friends already. Like you can really see how close they got during
Yeah.
their runs together, and that's just I want a friendship like that.
I know. Like even now, when they welcome Sunday on Twitter, it was riot.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And and Alan, Judai, and Kosuke had to welcome him.
So they're Matsukawa and Hanamaki,
Yes,
the first generation
Matsuhana.
Matsuhana. Yes. So for me, favorite on stage outside my favorite is probably when the Wakutani team played the whole family
Oh,
of
you mean
Takeru.
Juzenji? Juzenji.
Yeah, just the whole
Yeah, yeah.
family of Takeru. And they were like, there's an infant there crawling around the stage
Oh
who's a
my
grown
god,
ass
yeah, I
man.
remember.
Oh, and aside from that, I also like the parts where it's either Inoshita or Mart-san who would hype up the audience to cheer Karasuno. So they have plenty of cheers for Karasuno. So yeah, those are my non-third years favorite. Backstage, one favorite.
Backstage, favorite
Hmm.
backstage. Oh, oh. I think would you really still call it as on stage because I think it really happened on stage, but they watched it during the documentary, so I guess it counts. Um,
Yeah.
when Kosei hit June in the face,
Oh, okay.
yeah, in Summer of Evolution, I don't remember.
Kosei is
Yeah,
first generation or first Akashi.
yep. And June is what's his name again? Crap,
Same.
Miyake June. I can't remember his character name.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the way he hit his face was like straight on. It's like, oh my goodness, and everyone was just laughing backstage. It's like, okay, that must have hurt. That really hurts.
Okay, I guess my favorite backstage. Well, is this offstage or backstage? It's so confusing, right? Backstage and
I
offstage.
mean, we could
Well,
probably
I
just
guess
merge it together. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, yeah. The one where I can't remember the occasion, but where when they did the whole song and everyone would just kept appearing and they were just singing. Oh no.
Wait,
Backstage
I
when
don't remember
every
this.
I know this is my favorite. I know Suga is my favorite, but I really just to say this. But every Suga video after the end of each run, it's very very hilarious. Like they would shoot, doing the what was
Oh,
that barrel? I forgot
the one with
the
Justin.
barrel.
The one that Justin
Was it
does.
the barrel video?
Oh wait, I don't remember
Yeah,
this.
that one.
The
But yeah,
pineapple pen. Was it the one
yeah, the
that you were
pineapple,
talking
yeah,
about? Okay,
the
okay.
pineapple video. Oh my god. So yeah, it's very funny. But there's also this behind the scenes or like off stage scene where all the cast members just keep popping out and they were just singing. I forgot the occasion for it. I'll just look for it later. But it's very funny and I like seeing them all together and celebrating. So yeah.
Okay.
Now let's move on, I guess, for the viewer
Yes.
questions.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll read the first one.
Yeah.
Are there certain things you wish the play had changed or elaborated on?
No, actually, because I think actually very thankful for Haisute because they gave the Tokyo OVA more time than what we got in the animated version. I'm very thankful for that. They fleshed out Daisho so much more,
Yeah,
the no heavy cast so
that's
much
so
more.
true. I actually
So
like No Heavy because of the stage play.
right, right.
I
I mean,
didn't
you
I
wouldn't
didn't
have.
like them in the manga at all, and then okay,
Hmm.
the stage play really changed my mind.
Right. So I don't have any complaints. I'll think about it and maybe I'll tweet about it. But on the top of my head, I don't think I would want to change anything about the Haiku stage plays. How about you, Gab?
Okay. I think it's very small, but I really would have wanted the Sarukawa versus Nekoma uh,
Oh,
game, like
oh,
even just a bit of it, because I really like. I would have wanted to see how Kenma and his name I can't remember Yamamoto, Kenma and Yamamoto's friendship grew.
Ishin.
Yeah, Bishin and Takato as
Uh-huh.
these characters. Yeah, I would have really wanted to see them and how
That's
would
true.
that
That's true.
play. That would play on the stage play. But yeah, they
And
had to skip that for reasons. So I really get
and
that.
Bishin and Takat are good friends. I mean, they have their own talk show, the Hey B Talk, where they guest other stage actors. So yeah, they're really good. Oh no, it's Shohei, not Takato. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, because
I'm mixing them up
the
together.
yeah they're from the same agency.
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, it's a lot to process.
That's
But yeah,
okay.
I understand. I understand. That would have been very, very interesting to see as well.
Okay, so I guess we can go to the next question. Ah, no.
Yeah.
I'll skip the favorite actor because we pretty much have said that.
Yes.
Favorite choreography in any of the runs?
I have some friends listening here. They have. Uh, so we had this watch party for strongest team, and
Oh
we had this
no.
friend. Yeah, we had this friend who's not really, a fan of the hiking stage plays. She was actually a BSD fan, but we made her watch. And then Shirata Rizawa made their entrance, and they were doing what we have dubbed now as the Chidli March.
Yes. Oh no. Oh no.
I can't. Ever since,
Where's
it's
C?
always been on my mind.
We need
I guess
C
that
here.
would be one of my, well, not my favorite, but one of the, the most impressionable choreo for me. But in terms of like favorite, I've always liked Seijo's
Yes.
because
Okay, yes.
it's very fluid. Yeah, go for it.
Yes. No, 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 continue. I was just saying because I really like Seijo and I'm super biased
Right,
about
right.
Seijo.
No, no, I agree. That's it. I just like how very fluid their choreography was.
I remember I forgot where I think it was like the first generation and they kept on first generation of Karasuno and I think I remember I read it in an interview. Did I read it? Did I hear it? I don't remember. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
there's this interview where they were complaining about how hyped or the other teams have better choreography than them than
Yeah, yeah.
Karasuno. Yeah, I remember that's like I could probably see it, I guess, because Seijo has this. It's it has more on the on ballet and more graceful kind of movements as
And
compared
they have, and
to
they have they have nothing to base upon because all the
yeah
other teams are like animals. So
exactly
they
yeah
have the
that's so true. I actually
flapping of
haven't thought of
arms
that.
for Karasuno
Yeah,
and
so
the
it worked the whole ballet movements, the whole graceful movements for Seijo is because
mhm.
there's their motif is basically just leaves, and I think
Yeah, yeah.
uh, wind is also like a theme for Seijo.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
also in their OST if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, something about the wind. But yeah, I think it works. Their whole choreography works, especially on Shosha to Haisha, Winners and Losers.
Yeah, winners
My
and
favorite
losers.
opening, and of course the what which OST was that? The one with Kenma and Kuro, and then Hinata and Kageyama and Iwaizumi and Oikawa. In the circle,
Uh
in the
yeah, yeah.
in the
Okay.
circle, yeah,
Okay.
in the turntable. They were standing. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot what song it is, but yeah, that's my favorite choreography in Winners and
I,
Losers, and basically the entire stage play.
I completely understand. And it also helps that the whole stage cast are also tall, long-legged men. So they're very, the gracefulness really shows with the choreography that was given to them. So props to the stage boys. All right. So
Yeah,
what else?
I can read the next question. So one of the questions also asked us to discuss the impact of Haisute on the 2.5D industry and the franchise or series itself. What do you think?
Impact. Okay, so I attended this 2.5D talk by the Japan Foundation New York.
I actually
And
listened into.
right, so uh, there they mentioned that a lot about Tenemiyo, Prince of Tennis musicals, and that how it paved the way for 2.5D adaptations. And I was waiting the whole time for them to mention Haisute, and they eventually did. And they mentioned Haisute like being one of the trailblazers in terms of having like a concept of graduations. So for example, like after 3 years, like in a normal high school in Japan, you would already graduate, and that it paves the way for a lot of careers to kickstart. So for example, Kosuke's career, Sakuraba Haruka's career. So I guess that's one of the impact of Haisute, and it's an LK production too. So one of the impacts of Haisute in general, because it followed the format and it launched a lot of careers, a very expensive careers. Tatsunari now is a grand musical actor now, and Kenta used to be the ambassador for 2.5D, so that's very amazing. And most of the cast of Karasuno are now leading their own stage plays, being now the main roles in various many other stage plays. So in terms of impact for international fans. I'm not pretty sure. I'm not really familiar any more material about that. But I do know a lot of international fans who pilgrimage to Japan just for the sole purpose of watching the Haiku stage play live. And I think although it might only be a small number, but I think it's commendable that there are a lot of very dedicated fans who would go as far as Japan just to watch or support the stage plays. And for example, the likes of Kosuke and Allen, who were able to visit the Philippines because of they have a lot of fans here and they're very supported by Filipino fans, means that there's also an opportunity for 2.5D to tour outside Japan, just like other stage plays, because Narusuke toured in Hong
Yeah.
Kong, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, or Singapore, etc. And My Hero Academia stage play went to China. I had hoped that Haisute would have something like that as well, but since we're nearing the end, I guess it's not meant to be. But yeah, I think Haisute is in that special place in the golden age of 2.5D, that where all of these very very amazing anime and manga gets adapted on stage, and you get to appreciate, and it paves the way for more amazing manga and anime stage based eventually. So I guess that's my answer to that. How about you, Daph?
Yeah, I would totally agree with that too. I mean, I've noticed that there are stage plays that I haven't heard of yet, but they seem to have like a big following in Japan, maybe mostly like
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
Aichu apparently and other otome musical stage plays.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a big following, and I'm like, oh, okay, so that's a thing too. So it also makes me want to delve deeper into other stage plays too. But uh,
Right? Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just also just want to add on to what you said earlier about newer actors using Haisete and other musicals and stage plays out there as their debut role in their debut roles. Like for example, yeah, you said
Mm-hmm.
Kosuke and also Kosaka Ryotaro, who is the first
Yes, yes.
Tsukishima. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if Kairi debuted in Haisute. or
I'm sure.
probably
I'm sure. I think he did.
yeah, okay. So I think Kairi also, he was the first Yamaguchi. We have our current Kageyama, Akana Ryunosuke, who also debuted in Haisute. Uh, who else? But yeah, I mean these actors, they're new in the industry and they've gotten their names in out there because of Haisute, and I think that's sort of like um, that's really good. That's also how we can see that it really has that Haisute has a big impact on these actors also, and they also really want to work with these people because it feels like it's family actually, and we can see that they are
Yeah.
all very cohesive with one another from these pictures. So how much more with them actually interacting with one another?
Right. And we see that they've become really good friends off stage. Right. Like they always meet up. They go to onsen together, and they sometimes have mini reunions in an isekaya on a Friday night before COVID, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the beauty of theater in general because it brings people together. I was able to meet friends because of 2.5D of Butai when Hiroki Ino and Kosuke Asuma was announced that were announced to be guests for Cosmania in 2018. That was the time when I went out of Discord and Reddit and went to actively find other Filipino fans because I just need someone to scream to about about Ino and Kosuke coming here, and that's how I found some of my mutuals now, who are still my friends and who are still my boodle buddies.
That's really interesting.
So yes, my wallet has not known peace ever since I met these friends, but I love them very much. So yeah, yeah, it brings people together. It's a unique experience, and you bond over it, and and appreciate the same things. And I guess I just hope that there would be more opportunities for 2.5D to prosper outside of Japan. I know it's a very costly endeavor, because you have to buy the whole stage and crew, and of course the set, etc., etc. But if it's something that could happen someday, I would love to experience that.
Yeah, that would have been really nice because
Yeah,
Narusute did it.
yeah.
Narusute toured in nearby Asian countries. I think they went to Singapore, if I believe, from what I remember. Yeah,
And
but
some trivia about Narusuke, guys.
mhm.
Suga Kenta
Yes,
plays Gaara.
yeah.
Suga Kenta or Hinata is Gaara in Narusute. Like, oh my god.
I actually didn't
Um,
recognize him at first. I recognized Tatsunari right away.
Tatsunari.
Yeah, but Kenta was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "What?"
And that
Yes, Hinata.
that's what's amazing about 2.5E because these actors just disappear into the role to the point that you won't even see them in the role
They're
anymore. Like I keep
they're
saying
all
this about
chameleons.
Nobu.
They're all chameleons. I'm telling
Exactly,
you.
exactly chameleons. I keep saying this about Nobunaga Sato. He is our oh my god, Shirabu.
Shirabu, Shirabu.
So I watch I've seen him live, and I keep looking for Nobu, the smiley Nobu in the Shirabu costume, but I can't see Nobu at all. I only see Shirabu, so I guess it speaks a lot about his ability to assimilate with the character. Very, very professional. So yeah, I guess we could also answer about the new stage based, right?
Yep.
The second generation, because it's the second anniversary now of the announcement of the second generation, and maybe we could say also our favorite actors in the second generation, right, Daph?
Yes, please. Okay, so I'm excited because the second generation of Karasuno doesn't really receive that much attention. I guess they're overshadowed by the first generation, and that's really sad. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I still
I
see
get
complaints on YouTube like, why did they have to change the actors? And like, I can't. But yeah, it's just uh, why don't
though in a
people
way,
just give it a
though in
chance?
a way, I understand because like 2015, the first generation was there for 4 years, and this is the second generation is just second year. So I guess the first generation has had more time to be introduced to the whole Haikyuu fandom. But yeah, you are right. I completely agree. It's unfortunate that most of the there are a number of people who doesn't really give the second generation a chance, because for me, I think. He also did a good job, right?
From what I'm
So who's your
seeing.
favorite?
Oh gosh. Oh,
Who's
this
your
is.
favorite in the second
Uh, I'm
generation?
going to be biased again because I'm going to say Ichino Seryu.
Okay, okay, I understand.
But recently, because I think I would say it's I started really like looking at him, Akana Ryunosuke, when Gumistaba no Kesen
Mm-hmm.
happened. It's like, okay, I'm seeing more of his acting abilities, and
Yeah, coming out
he
of his
really,
shell,
yeah,
right?
exactly, and he really dances super well, and like that's wow. Okay, so at least,
Akana is also my answer because
oh
uh,
yeah.
I love them all equally because I feel like I adopted them because I just wanted them to succeed
Mm-hmm.
after all the bashing they were receiving initially.
Yikes.
But yeah,
Yeah.
when I saw Akana initially, it was this very very timid boy. I guess that's okay. That's Kageyama is a very timid. But we eventually saw him coming out of his shell and actively become very very engaging. He's like captain of Karasuno at this point because he's always repping Karasuno in his Insta life, like all the merch he bought, and he's always had messages and Instagram stories about Karasuno, and you could see that he really loves the stage play Haisute. So I appreciate Akana even more for that. So I would say that he is my favorite in the second generation.
And to think that he even admitted to us actually that he wasn't a fan before he got cast, and
Right,
he
right,
was just
right.
starting off in understanding and reading the manga and all that, and that's just okay. So you're seeing this person starting to love what you love to, and I think that's really nice and fulfilling. I could say, yeah,
Another beauty of theater is
yeah,
that
exactly. Like,
you get to know the role, you fall in
uh-huh.
love with it, and
And these
you,
actors don't really start off as fans of these anime or manga. Like, they came across this because of work. This is just work for
right,
them
yeah.
at first, and then they
But
started to love it.
but there were those who were like super fans. Want to
Yeah,
give
I
special
mean,
mention to Kage-chan.
Kage-chan,
Kage-chan, our
Kageyama,
second Kageyama Tobyo, first generation second Kageyama Tobyo,
and Kageyama is
and
Kageyama.
Kage-chan and Kageyama is Kageyama. And he is actually a very, very huge fan of Haikyuu to the point that he used to cosplay Kageyama
Yeah,
Tobyo before he was cast as
he posted a
Kageyama
photo,
Tobyo.
right? He posted a photo of
Right?
himself.
Yes, yes, yes. So
I
I think
remember that.
yeah, so I think it's a good mix of old fans and new fans bonding over something that would eventually get them to be close to each other. So I guess that's very sad. So yeah, I just like the second generation, and I would hope that a lot more people would give them the chance to it's the thing with the COVID, right? Because it's so frustrating. It would have been the chance for the kids, hold them, for them to assimilate more into their roles, but they were not given the chance because of the limited, runs and now a no audience ending. So it's very unfortunate.
And it's really sad that two of their runs had to be cut off.
I
Uh,
know. Yes, exactly.
yeah, and it's like people are already starting to hate them, and then like it must be very frustrating, like getting criticism like this, and then also getting your runs cut off abruptly. But I understand it has to be for their safety, but it must
Yeah,
be
yeah.
super frustrating for them too.
And of course, in Arizaki, of course, it was a very unfortunate thing because the Inarizaki team was had the potential to be what Kamomedai is now. Very close backstage, a lot of behind the scenes photos, bonding times off stage, and they didn't have the chance because, as we all know, Strongest Challengers got off like after three shows. So it's sad. And of course, I would have to give a special shout out for Takada Shu, who until now is still Takada Shu is our Kita, and he still posts about Kita every now and then. So I think it's very cute.
I remember when he met up with, no, they didn't actually meet up. They were working together. Sana and Kay and him. They worked
Yeah, yeah.
together, and I'm pretty sure he bought like a Kita bag from what I remember.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they
I saw the
posted a photo
photos.
together, and it's like, oh, that's really cute.
Oh
But
my god, I
yeah.
can't believe we forgot this in terms of offstage Haisute moments. The Shibuya Jack, the posters,
Oh
and then
yeah.
just
Oh
went and
yeah.
find their characters. Oh my god.
Wu actually created a
Well,
whole thread of this, of the actors finding their characters around Shibuya. Yeah,
Shibuya,
we have
right?
to find that thread from Wu. But yeah,
I think this is a very special time, and of course also the Otskara shirts, and what else?
Otsukare!
The Haikyuu Day
The Connect
shenanigans
to the
because they're
Future.
always at
Ooh,
the Connect to the Future
I
video
really
and the Jump
cried when I first saw
Festa,
that.
the Jump
I was
Festa
just in tears.
guestings. A lot of things happened in the past 6 years,
I do hope that
and
they
yeah,
redo the Connect to the Future with the Kamomedai cast, of course. We've got new actors, so I hope that they do another thing for
I,
for the new cast also with the new cast. Yeah.
I I know. So that, but unfortunately, it's already 10 p.m., 10:02
Oh
p.m.
no! So we have to wrap up.
We
Oh
would have
crap!
loved to talk more, but we only had 1 hour allocated for tonight. But of course, let's have this. Unless you have some other questions there, that you want answered in your list. Are there more questions?
Maybe we could end with ways on how we can support the company and the actors.
Oh, okay. So that's one of the questions, right? Okay, so the
Yeah.
best way to support the stage play is, of course, to buy the merchandise, which I understand could be very difficult for international fans because it usually requires a Japanese address. But animate ships now internationally, so you could buy your Haisute goods from there. But also you could ask friends in Japan to buy, or other proxy services to buy the merchandise for you, especially bromides. The bromides are the photos, the individual photos of each actor. So if you buy a bromide, the proceeds of a certain actor, the proceeds will go directly to the actor. So that's how they earn directly from selling bromide. So I saw when I went to watch Hisho Fly High, I saw this person who bought all of Kiyama Ryu's Komamod of Shiyumi stage actor Ryu. She bought all the bromides left. I think it's about like 100 bromides there. Like, I was so shocked, but I understand that she wants to support Ryu so much, so that's why she did that. So yeah, I encourage everyone, if you have the means, to please buy the merchandise, because that's how they earn direct, and especially the bromides, because how they earn directly.
I would
I'm
have
actually
wanted.
hoping that we would have, like before, like in 2017, we had the Haikyuu exhibit,
Oh yeah,
Haikyuu
I
Hyper Projection
actually
Jackie
saw
Haikyuu
photos of that.
exhibit, right? So I hope that since we also have the Haiku exhibit now, maybe we could also have a Haiku stage exhibit again, since there's a second generation now. But of course, it's just wishful thinking on my part. I mean, it would have been amazing, and to support them. Ah, of course. Outside of the production, we could also support the actors individually. They have some of them have fan clubs. Yeah, they have fan clubs and they have streaming sites. So Justin, for example, and Kosuke is in Bigo, and you could pay, you could give them premiums there and stuff. You could join the fan clubs. You could buy their official merchandise, their calendars, their yearly calendars, etc., etc. So, uh, but of course, it also depends on. You could also specialize on. You don't have to buy everything. Just do, what you want, and it's not required to, buy, to be financial, to throw money at them to show that you're a big fan, because they also appreciate messages on Twitter. For example, when Wada-san saw the "Thank You Haisute" hashtag, he was very touched and very thankful, and I'm sure the other actors and the staff would have seen it by now too. So, but just reaching out, joining their streams, being respectful is already a big way of showing support to the whole production.
Let's emphasize on being respectful because some Instagram lives of the actors don't really receive that kind of treatment, and that's really sad.
Oh yeah, that's a whole, pot of tea. I don't. That's a discussion for another day.
Yeah, we probably have to talk about that in a
Yeah,
different
at some
time.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but tonight let's just be happy, because so now the final messages, staff. So what are your thoughts now that Haisute? hyper projection in Geki Haikyuu is ending?
One, I'm really sad because I had I have a feeling that probably would have they would have had a different run for Black Jackals versus Straight and Adlers if there weren't any um I guess if
Pandemic.
yeah, the pandemic, and probably if um the Strongest Challengers wasn't cut off. Like, I really think that they would have had another run, but well, this happened.
I,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's really sad, but
I understand.
I don't know now. Like, what will you do after this?
What are we gonna talk about?
What are we
But I
gonna
keep
talk
telling
about
Daph
after
that
this?
I keep telling Daph that it won't die. Haisute is always there. Will always be there, and we have 5 years worth of 6 years worth of content to celebrate, even though they're not running anymore. And who knows? Maybe by Sunday they would have an announcement as to the next steps for IQ. Maybe we would have a musical.
Hi,
Maybe
hi,
we
Mew.
would hi Mew. Maybe we
I
would
mean,
have
wishful
like
thinking,
to
but
go back
yeah,
again to the first no first arc of the stage of the manga. So a lot of possibilities. I don't think this is me very being very very optimistic. I don't think it's gonna end here, but it's definitely the end of a chapter.
yeah.
That's
Let's
for
just
sure.
keep our fingers crossed and hope for
Yeah,
more content soon. Mhm.
yeah, exactly. And for me, I don't want to make it something sad. I want it to be something happy. I want it something to be celebrated. That's why I started that thank you Heist with hashtag. And instead of being sad that it's over, it's so cliche, but instead of being sad that it's over, we should all be glad that it happened. It gave us something to celebrate, gave us something to love, it gave us actors to admire, talents to follow, music to listen to, material to watch while we are sad. Oh my god, I'm being very sappy. But yeah, hyper projection in Geki Haiku means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to you guys as well, especially if you're listening to us now. And it will always hold a special place in our hearts. And that will always, always be there. And even though it's ending this Sunday,
I can't
I'm
believe
still
that.
happy.
I can't believe that it's gonna be this Sunday. Like, wow.
I know,
Just
but
a couple more hours. Oh no.
I think I'm still in denial. But I guess, I actually took a leave of absence from work the next day because I know I'm just going to be, inconsolable because of that. But yeah, so yeah, I'm glad. We're now at the end of Hyper Protection in Geki Haiku. It's now 10:10 p.m. I'm sorry we went over time. But thank you for joining us this evening, right, Daph?
Yes, thank you so much for listening in. I actually didn't expect that people would listen in. Actually,
I know, I know.
we were
And
actually just
honestly,
planning we'd be talking random stuff, but yeah, we prepared a bit an outline, but yeah, I think that went well. Like,
I,
what would you
I,
say?
I hope you guys had fun at some point or you got something from us. If
Yeah,
you have any concerns, please feel free to, tweet us or whatever you guys want to say. Thank you for spending your Thursday evening and in some cases morning and afternoon with us.
oh
Let's also thank Daph for all
yes.
the effort she keeps on doing for the past several years to promote hyper projection in Geki Haiku to the Twitterverse. So thank
Thank
you, Daph, for that.
you.
Thank you for
Thank you
your
also.
unwavering
I do try. I think it's the least I can do because I can't really purchase a lot. So this is also my way of also thanking the actors because they do deserve to be credited. To be honest.
right.
Hmm.
Definitely. All right. So thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Have a good night. Daph, thank you for indulging my request or my idea
It's
to
actually
talk
an
about
amazing
high school,
idea,
this
and
ending.
I do hope we get to do this again sometime.
Yeah. So if you guys want to hear more, just let us know. If you want something like this again, we are all ears. So thank you.
We
Thank you.
were thinking of maybe doing like a topic centric podcast next time, that it'll be very
Right. Right.
general.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. So bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening, day, afternoon.